It's Friday night, and I'm done with work. And quite frankly, I am quite tired actually, but never too tired to just sit back and have a beer. You know, I said I would talk about a multitude of things, all geeky type stuff, but to be honest, I think we're going to throw that format out the window for this short video anyhow, because I want to talk about a specific beer. Okay, because I'm a beer consumer to a certain degree. I'm a definitely considered on the level of social drinker. I really don't drink that much anymore like I used to back in the day. But I recently, about 2 weeks ago, it'll be 2 weeks ago tomorrow, on a Saturday for a post-Valentine's Day dinner, I took my wife to Akron where we went to a place she wanted to eat at called Papa Joe's. And Papa Joe's supposedly, allegedly, is an Italian restaurant, which I don't believe it. And the reason why I don't believe it is because so many items on the menu did not strike me as Italian. Like, for instance, I ate perch. And there were beautiful, well-cooked pieces of perch with mashed potatoes. But that doesn't sound very Italian, does it? So, anyhow, in the front of this place, there is quite a winery, and there's kind of like a little marketplace. And you can, go back there and browse and shop and check stuff out. And I was looking at their craft beers that they had. And I think this is and you'll probably be able to correct me on this, Thirsty Dog Brewing Company, I believe, is pretty close to Cleveland, maybe? I think it's right off 71, actually. I know there's a brewery that's right off 71 when you're first going into the outskirts of Cleveland. So anyhow, this was a very interesting one, and let me give you a little background of my current beer drinking status, okay? I don't like normal run-of-the-mill beers anymore. I had enough of my life drinking all those beers. Here, look at the profile. You can tell. So, stuff like Busch, Budweiser, even Yuengling, Miller High Life, I've been through all those sad rows, and, recently I have gotten into dark stouts. Now, I do like golden lagers. I'm not fond of IPAs at all. But I guess you can more or less say I am now a beer snob, and I'm into mostly dark stouts. And this one I thought looked interesting. It's one of the Leg Humper brand from Thirsty Dog, and it is a peanut butter stout. Now, I have had a dark stout that Yuengling put out a few years ago, a Hershey's chocolate stout. It was interesting, and I know you're probably thinking, you're listening, you're thinking, oh, chocolate in my beer. It not only wasn't it that bad, but I mean, it doesn't really exude a chocolatey taste, Doesn't have a chocolatey aroma or bouquet or whatever you want to say. It's just it's a dark stout that has chocolate in it to enhance the taste, but it really doesn't taste like like they just broke up chunks of Hershey's chocolate bars and threw it in there or whatever. So I'm suspecting this is going to be much the same way. We shall see. So we're going to try this together. Well, I'm going to try it, and hopefully you're watching. So I brought up the only way that you should ever drink a beer, and that's in a glass mug. And this is a very interesting mug, by the way. Here, I'll bring it up closer to the camera. You can see it. This is what's called a certain ethnic Last Supper. Anybody in Cleveland understands this very well. Well, not anybody, but people who are fans of late night horror show hosts from Cleveland, because late night horror show hosts, say that 5 times fast, are very, Cleveland was almost a capital of late night horror show hosts. There's been tons of others, I realize, Zachary and Elvira, and, the list goes on and on. But these are the great ones. We have Superhost and Big Chuck and Little John and Houlihan and the Ghoul. The Ghoul, my personal favorite. But there's all kinds of other celebrities here, like who do we have here? Oh, we have Dorothy Foldheim. Anyhow, I digress. I don't want to get into all that. I just wanted a mug to drink my peanut butter stout out of. So here's the peanut butter stout. We're going to try this puppy, and I'll tell you, if you're a stout individual, see what I did there? If you are a stout individual, that whether this is worth drinking or not, it'd be up to your taste buds, but I'm going to love it. Being optimistic. Okay, so let's pour it in there. Tilt the glass, of course, so you don't get too much head. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Boy, that is a dark puppy. Nice and dark. So, there we go. Thirsty dog. It smells good. I am kind of smelling a hint of peanut butter here. Bottoms up. Very interesting. And I pretty much take back exactly what I said about the chocolate beer. Well, the chocolate beer didn't seem like it had a lot of chocolatey taste to it. This definitely does have a smell of peanut butter, and you can definitely taste it. However, one thing that I kind of noticed on the same level as the other beer that I had with the chocolatey, the Yingling chocolate, Hershey's chocolate, one thing I did notice is that the texture of the beer kind of absorbs the taste of the chocolate, so it actually kind of becomes the beer. I don't know if you're following me here, but it seems like the beer still tastes like beer, but it's just absorbed. It's assimilated, just like the Borg. It's assimilated the peanut butter in this case. So it's not overly powerful or overbearing, but it isn't bad. I don't know if it's not my favorite new beer, I can tell you that. Any of my favorite new beers, well, not new, but any of my favorite beers, dark beers, I do love Guinness, of course. But I also like Guinness Extra Stout, which a lot of people don't like Guinness because it doesn't have a lot of carbonation in it, and it almost tastes like it's flat. It's not flat. It's just, that's the way that beer is brewed, basically. And, and I'm not going to sit here and get into the fundamentals of Guinness. There are people that can probably speak volumes about Guinness. I just know I like it. Okay, and then I love a Mexican beer. I'm sure you heard of Modelo Especial. I love Especial because I love golden lagers, but I love Modelo Negra. That's a great, great dark beer. Very tasty. Whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant, I tend to get one of those to drink. Trying to think of some other dark beers, but it's funny because I'm having a hard time remembering what all dark beers I've drank over time because I haven't drank for so long. I think this is like the first beer I've drank in quite some time. But anyhow, I think I'm going to take another swig of this. Yeah, I tell you, the peanut butter offsets it a little bit. It doesn't taste like I'm putting a gob of peanut butter in my mouth, but I can smell it. Like I say, the beer has assimilated the peanut butter, basically. So it's created like a beer peanut butter hybrid. And it comes up with something new, something completely new from what original dark stout would taste like. I don't know. But anyhow, no, I'm not really too hip to this. If I was going to drink a dark stout of any type, this would be the very last thing. In fact, I'd have to be a little on the trashed side in order to be able to say, like, okay, oh, this is all that's left in the fridge. Yeah, give me one at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, sorry, but Thirsty Dog, I'm sure you've got some wonderful products, but I'm not really too overly hip to the peanut butter leg humper. I am going to drink this just because I am a stinge and I cannot throw things away. I'm not going to go downstairs, march right downstairs, and my taste buds will no longer be violated by this and pour it down the drain. No, I'm going to drink it. So, anyhow, happy Friday, everybody. I hope you're having a great weekend so far, or if you're on second shift, whoa, that was a great catch. I actually dumped that and caught it. It just goes to show I'm not drunk yet, right? Huh. So anyhow, if you're having a great time, or if you're on second shift, I was on second shift for over 20 years, so I know how it is to work on a Friday night. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whenever you get off, it's a coming. So, have a good one. Ooh, take a little belch in that, little leg hummer coming up to visit me again, right? So, hey, we'll talk to you guys soon, and stay safe.